What is GDP? Hi friends, good day. Today, let us try to understand about what is GDP, what are the components of GDP, and what are the types of GDP calculations. Well, according to Warren Buffett, I just think that when a country needs more income, and we do, we are only taking in 15% of GDP. I mean that when a country needs more income, they should get it from the people that have it. Before we go in, please subscribe for more videos. Click the bell icon for updates. What is GDP? Gross Domestic Product. GDP is the market or the monetary value of all the finished goods and services produced within a country in a specific time period. It gives us information or acts as a scorecard for the overall economic health of the country. It is used to estimate the size of an economy and growth rate. Though GDP is calculated annually, it is sometimes calculated quarterly basis as well. What are the components of GDP? There are 4 expenditure components that go into calculating GDP. They are personal consumption, business investment, government spending, and net exports. The GDP of a country tends to increase when the total value of goods and services that domestic producers sell to foreign countries exceeds the total value of foreign goods and services that domestic consumers buy. When this situation occurs, a country is said to have a trade surplus. If the opposite occurs, that is, when the total value of foreign goods and services that consumers buy exceeds the total value of goods and services that domestic producers sell to foreign consumers, it is called trade deficit. In this situation, the GDP of a company tends to decrease. What are the types of GDP calculation? Number 1. Expenditure approach. Number 2. The production approach. Number 3. The income approach. Let's look into number 1, the expenditure approach. Also known as spending approach, calculates the expenditure of different groups that participate in the economy. This includes the 4 components of the GDP. Y is equal to C plus I plus G plus NX, whereas C is equal to consumption, I investment, G government spending, NX net exports, which is imports minus exports. Let's look at them one by one. A. Personal consumption expenditures. The personal consumption expenditures includes goods and services. What are goods and services? Goods. Goods are the tangible objects. These are further divided into durable and non-durable goods. Durable goods consist of items that have a useful life of 3 years or more. For example, furniture, cars, large appliances, etc. Non-durable goods consist of goods such as fuel, food, clothing, etc. Services. Services are the paid aid, help, or information. Consumers spend money to acquire goods and services. Now let's look into B, the business investment. Investment refers to private domestic investment or business expenditure, but not every purchase is counted. If a purchase replaces an existing item, it doesn't add to GDP and is not counted. Purchases must go toward creating new consumer goods to be counted. For example, a business may buy machinery which further produces new goods, so it is counted. Business investment is a critical component of GDP as it increases the production capacity of an economy and boosts employment levels. C. Government expenditure. Government spending represents government consumption expenditure and gross investment. For example, government spends on equipment, infrastructure, and payroll. Government spending may become more important relative to other components of a country's GDP when consumer spending and business investments decline sharply. This may happen in the wake of recession. D. Net exports, which is total exports minus total imports. Now let's look into the number 2 type of GDP calculation, which is the production approach. The production approach is also called as output approach, in which the GDP is measured as the difference between the value of output less than the value of goods and services used in producing these outputs during the accounting period. GDP at marketplace is equal to value of output in an economy in particular year minus intermediate consumption at factor cost equal to GDP at market price minus depreciation plus NFIA, that is net factor income from abroad minus net indirect taxes. Number 3. The income approach. The GDP formula takes the total income generated by the goods and services produced. GDP is equal to total national income plus sales tax plus depreciation plus net foreign factor income. Total national income is the sum of all wages, rent, interest, and profits. Sales taxes in the consumer taxes imposed by the government on the sale of goods and services. Depreciation is the cost allocated to a tangible asset over its useful life. Net foreign factor income is the difference between the total income that a country's citizens and companies generate in foreign countries versus the total income the foreign citizens and companies generate in that country. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and do share.